Hi, I'm Dr. Adrienne Lara, and I'm very excited to speak into the camera to you. And I want to speak about a great opportunity that's been given to me. I've been given the opportunity to work with you out there in the community, to teach you and to help you to heal and to keep you well. And that's a really key word, wellness. And that's what this is going to be all about, is wellness for you, your friends, your family, your community. Now, the questions you should be asking yourself right now are twofold. You should be asking what and why. What is wellness and what would that comprise, and why you? Well, let me start with the why so you get to know me just a little bit before I start to tell you the what. I am a local Latina woman from California, from Oxnard itself, and I worked here as a nurse. I went to local schools. I worked for a nurse here as 8 years. I joined local churches. I'm the oldest of 9 children, most of whom still live here in the community. Well, a few years ago, in 1984, I went away to Boston because after nursing, I wanted to become a doctor. In fact, I had always wanted to be a doctor since I was 8 years old. I went to Boston with the thought of being there for 4 years for medical school at Boston University School of Medicine. But I was lucky enough, or smart enough anyway, to be accepted into Harvard Medical School for training, and I remained there for another few years for training and then also to work as an instructor at Harvard. After 20 years, I'm back in my hometown, back in California, and realizing that what it was I was doing in Boston was getting prepared to come home. To come home here and to bring wellness, bring a sort of East meets West perspective of wellness to California and to my community. And that's what I want to project out there. So I feel qualified because I'm back home. So much has changed and so much has remained the same. And there's a plethora of people that I know now that are my age, older, professional, and willing to do the same thing along with me in our own community, which is to keep you well. Now, wellness has a very broad scope, and again, I'll talk about that later. But with that in mind, I want to have a show to speak to you on a regular basis about a variety of topics surrounding wellness in what I call the Real Dr. Lara Show. And I want to bring people from the community into focus about different topics that can affect you as a human being and a member of the community and your ability to stay well. For so long, doctors were taught about illness. We were taught about sickness and illness, and we didn't often get into the teaching and the keeping of people well. But that's where we are now, and we're at a point now because of this kind of technology where we can offer you and get messages to you in a very broad scope way. We can actually teach you about yourself. I mean, this is what YouTube is about. I myself have learned things off of YouTube. And so that's why we want to approach this venue. Anyway, what about wellness? Wellness takes a lot of forms. Wellness not only has to do with your personal health, although that's the training that I had, but a person is not just their body. Wellness has to do with also your spirit and your mind, so knowledge and teaching. Teaching promotes wellness. So as topics come up where people need to learn about themselves or about their community and how to keep themselves happy, that to me is wellness. In terms of your spiritual self, there are things that contribute to each individual and how they approach their life on this earth that contribute to their happiness. That's wellness. And then, of course, the bigger field of health that we're all familiar with has to do with what kind of health care concerns should I have and how can I stay the healthiest while I'm here on this earth. And those have to do with specific needs for specific populations. And they are a lot of times the same for men and women, sometimes different for children and different for the elderly. And so those are the kind of things when we get together and discuss these things and we get together and look at you and say, you too can be well, that's exactly what we're going to be doing with this show. So I want to end by just saying, let me help you to be well. I know my vocation in life is to heal, and to heal is to keep you happy and to keep you well.